Hello. I just wanted to teach you some basics Linux terminal commands um, that will help to keep you going. There are so many commands that you need to know, but there are basic ones that you need to understand. And once you understand these basic ones, it will keep you going. Um, the first thing I would say is the moment that you open your Ubuntu operating system and log in as a user, the first thing that you need to do before you start writing your code is you can see this gray thing here called terminal that my mouse is pointing at. You just click on it, this terminal. Okay, the terminal will open, and let's go into some basic terminals command that you need to understand. The first one is ls. Ls, like this. Ls stands for list. It means you want to see um, what is under your folder. So currently, when you open your terminal, you will see this thing here called tilde. Okay, you will see this thing here called tilde. So this actually means that I'm in the home directory at the moment. Okay, so when your screen is like this, you only see this, your name, tilde, and dollar sign. Only this. It means you are in a home directory. So we use the word directory. You can call it folder. So it actually means that you are here. Let me just move this. The moment you open this and you only see tilde and dollar sign, things like this, um, this Kingsley is my name. This will represent the name that you use when you are installing Ubuntu. It actually means that you are inside the home folder. Okay, so let's divide this into two. Um, let's put this into two. I wonder why this is not responding. So, okay. So let's have this. Okay. Responding. Why? Okay. I'm just gonna drag this to this side. Okay. I'm just gonna drag it to this side. Okay. So look right now. The first thing that I need to know is as I explained initially, when you open your terminal and you see your name that you use when you are creating your installing Ubuntu, and you see the tilde and the dollar sign, it actually means that you are in the home directory, and which means here. If you look here on the file, it means you are here. Okay. Um, let me see how I can. Yeah, it means you are here. So if I do the second thing that you need to understand is what is called ls. Ls stands for list. It means you want to see what is under your folder. What is under your folder? You want to see the files and the folders that are under your folder. In this case, we want to see all the folders and the file that are under our home folder or home directory. So if I type ls and enter, then you can see all the folders and the file that I have under my home directory. For example, I can see log here. If you look here properly, you can also find log here. Okay, you can see there's a log here. I see microbit here. You can also find microbit here. Mobile apps. You can also find mobile apps here. Where is it? um, mobile app. So all the folders that I can see on my file here, I can be able to, on this folder, home folder, I can also see them from the terminal. So in most cases, you don't, as a programmer, you're not going to need your folder here. You only will be dealing with the terminal. Okay. So that is one thing you need to understand. So right now, I want to create it to, so ls means list, means you want to see the things that are inside your current folder that you are in. Okay, so that is the first thing, list. ls stands for list. Okay, that happens when you are looking for a folder. You want to know what folders, what file do you have under your current folder that you are in. Then you type ls, then you will see the whole thing. I'm going to clear this out. I type ls again, it shows me everything. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, let's say we want to create a folder. Okay, we want to create a directory called, um, let's call it something. Okay, let's come up with the words. Um, let's say advert. Okay, so we say mkdir, advert. Okay, so you can see here. So just look here on my file. You will see anytime I create a folder from the terminal, it will appear on my file here on this home folder. So let's enter. You can see here comes advert. Okay, here comes advert here. So how to create a folder from the terminal is mkdir, then space, then you type the name of the folder that you want to create. In this case, we have advert, and you can see automatically it appears here. So you don't need to go here to create a folder. You create a folder using your terminal. Okay, so let's say I want to delete the folder. Let's say I delete the folder now, move to trash. If I want to create a folder here, I can say new folder. I can say advert. You can see the same thing here. Okay. If I say ls, it will show me the same advert. Okay. Um, if I say ls, it should be able to show me advert. Wait, yeah, you can see it here. Advert here. So, but we don't create a folder from here. We, as a programmer, we prefer to use a terminal to create our folder. So, okay. So I'm going to delete this again. I'm going to create a folder from the terminal again. I'm going to clear out. I'm going to say mkdir, advert. Create a folder called advert immediately. Okay, so that is how to create a folder. You type mkdir space, the name of the folder that you want to create. So the mkdir stands for make directory. So I did mention before that we usually use the word directory, not folder. The word directory. So when you're referring to directory, it means a folder. Okay, so you type mkdir space, you type the name of the folder or directory that you want to create, and the computer will create it for you from the terminal. So if I do ls now, I will see the advert here. You can see the advert appear. So that is it. The next step is how to delete the folder. Let's say I created a folder or directory from the terminal and I want to delete it also from the terminal. I don't want to go here and say right click, move to trash. I want to delete everything from the terminal. So what I'm going to do is I type rm space minus rf, okay, space. Then I type the name of the folder that I want to delete. In this case, the folder name is advert. So I type advert. So watch right now. When I enter here, this advert folder, that directory we have here, will automatically be deleted immediately. You see, it's gone. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna create it again. I create it. It has appeared here. I delete it. It's gone. I create it. Appears again. I delete it. It's gone. So that is how to delete a folder from your terminal using rm minus rf advert, or whatever your folder name might be. Okay, that is number 2. So let's create a folder again called advert. We'll create it again. It's there. So let's say we have this folder here. In a normal way, you would want to open the folder by saying open. Okay, now you open the folder. You can see the folder is empty. Let's say you want to do the same thing from your terminal. Okay, so you want to enter inside your folder. If you want to enter inside your folder from the terminal, so what you need to do is you type cd space the name of that folder that you want to enter inside. Okay, in this case, the folder that we want to enter inside of it is called advert. So now I'm going to say cd advert. Okay, now I have entered. So how do you know if you have successfully cd'd into your folder or directory? Is when you type cd space the name of the folder, and then you see that that folder is appearing here. You see in this blue color, it's appearing here. That is when you know that you have entered inside the folder successfully. Otherwise, it will give you an error message. Okay. Well, for example, again, I say cd adverts. See, I made a mistake. I intentionally typed a wrong name that does not exist. It say bash cd advar, no such file or directory. So it's saying there's no such file or directory. We don't have such folder. So I cannot cd into it. But when I type it correctly, it will not give me an error message, but it will show me the name of that very folder directory that I cd into, that I entered into. That is how to create a folder and enter inside the folder. And while I'm inside this folder, I can make what is called subdirectory. It means a directory inside another directory, like a folder inside another folder. So now I can create, look here, I am already inside the folder, the directory called advert. So while I'm inside it, I can create another folder called um, called advert 2. Okay, or let's call it lesson. So I'm going to say mkdir space lesson. So now if I say ls, which I say stand for list, we want to see what is inside lesson. Then what do I see here? I see lesson. That means I have another folder called lesson that is inside the main folder called advert. Okay, so I can equally enter inside the subdirectory cd lesson. So how do I know that I have successfully entered inside my subdirectory? You can see there's an advert space. You see there's lesson here. That means I am now inside advert and lesson. Okay, let's say I want to delete lesson. I say rm minus space, sorry, space minus rf lesson. I want to delete lesson. It it didn't get deleted. You see, I can still see lesson inside here. Do you know why? You cannot delete a directory while you are still inside the directory. You cannot delete a folder when you are inside the same folder. It's like you want to demolish a house and then you are inside the house trying to demolish a house. It's like being on top of a tree and trying to cut down the tree from the base. You will fall. So in this case, computer will never allow you to delete a folder or directory that you're already inside of it. So before you delete a directory, you just have to say, go outside the directory. In this case, because I am inside two directories, advert, lesson. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say cd dot dot, which means go backwards once. Don't go out completely. Okay. See, I have gone out from lesson. I'm only now inside advert. So right now I can delete lesson. I can say rm minus rf lesson. See, if I say ls, the lesson is gone. Okay, that is it for the um the delete and the folder or the directory and the sub directory. So we have covered how to create, how to see what is inside your folder or directory, how to delete, and how to create a sub directory. Okay, how to create a sub directory. What next is very important for us to learn about this. Okay, if you want to know where you are, let's say you are working and you don't know in which folder are you in now. So if you want to know your current directory where you are located, you type pwd, enter. So you can see when I typed pwd, it says I am inside a folder called homes, which is this home, okay, Kingsley, and adverts. So pwd means print working directory. Print working directory means print the directory that you're already working inside, that you're already inside of it. That is how to know where you are. So these are the most basic things you need to know about um, terminal, how to create a folder, how to enter inside a folder, how to know which folder are you working on at the moment, how to know what are the things that are inside the directory where you are. Okay, so these are the things. So we covered mkdir, we covered ls, we covered rm minus rf used for delete, we covered pwd, we covered cd, how to enter inside your folder. And let's say I have a folder, I am inside a folder called advert, and I create that folder again called lesson, and I enter inside lesson. If I want to go out one once backward, I want to go backward once. Okay, I don't want to go outside advert. I only want to go outside lesson. Okay, I don't want to go outside advert, but I want to go outside lesson. What I'm gonna do is I type cd dot dot. So this cd dot dot would take me out from lesson. You can see I am now outside lesson here. Let me go back inside lesson. If I want to go out completely and go back to my home folder, I can just type cd only, just cd and enter. Then I've gone out from all my folders. Now I am inside the home directory where I was in the beginning when I opened my terminal. Okay, okay. I want to, let's say I want to do my coding now and I want to write code. For example, if you check my terminal, you're going to see I have different folders. Okay, let's say I have a folder, okay, called Pygame. Okay, and I want to work inside my Pygame folder. Or let me just use the one we're using. Let's say I want to work inside advert. The moment I open my terminal, I'm going to say cd advert. And let's say I want to work inside lesson. I'm going to say cd lesson. So now I am inside the folder that I want to work, use to do my work, my coding. Okay. I want to code inside this folder. Okay. So what I'm going to do to open my text editor in this, in our class, we are using VS Code, Visual Studio Code. So right now, in order for me to use Visual Studio Code, I don't want to go and open it from here. Okay. I want to open it from the terminal. If I want to open it from here, I will just go here and say right click, open with other applications. Then I'm going to open my Visual Studio Code like this. You can see my Visual Studio Code has been opened from here. So I'm now inside here. But I don't want to do that. I want to open it from the terminal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type code space dot. That is, if I want to work from lesson, I'm going to enter. So you can see I have successfully opened my Visual Studio Code from the terminal. Okay. So for example, as we are working under student one, okay, let's say as we're working under student one, if you want to open your text editor from the terminal, you need to cd into your student one, then you type code space dot, then you enter. Then this thing that you typed, code space dot, we know and open your text editor from the terminal. Okay, so the last thing that I want to cover here is how to, I'm gonna put this side, yeah, how to create a file. So let's say I ask you that create a file called variable.py. So how to create a file is different from how to create a folder. With a folder, you type mkdir space the name of the folder. But when you want to create a file, you type touch space variable.py. So you can see when I created a file from this folder, advert lesson, and because I opened this text editor, because I opened this text editor from the terminal using my folder. When I created a file here, automatically the file exists here immediately. See, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to remove it and say rm minus rf variable. It's gone. I have deleted it. I'm going to create the I'm going to create the file again. I said touch space variable.py. It's here now. Okay, so it's here now. I have successfully created a file using my command line. Okay, I can delete it from here also. Deleted. If I want to create a file using the text editor, if I want to create a file directly from the text editor, look here, there are four things here. This one say new file. This is how where I can create my file. This one it says new folder. If I want to create a file, I create it from here. I can create a file called variable.py. So the same file opened. So now, if I want to write a code, let's say I want to write a variable, I call the name of the variable name equal to Kingsley, and I print name. Okay. So after writing this code, there are many ways to save your file. One way you can save your file, you can see when you see this thing showing white, this white circle here, it's a sign that you have not saved your file. This white thing here is a sign that you have not saved your file. So you can either go to File, Save. To save your file, you can see it has disappeared. Okay. Or you can just hold Control, press S on your keyboard. Hold Control, press S on your keyboard. That will save your file using the keys. You can see it has been saved. So after saving your file, you go to the terminal, you type Python 3 space, then after that, you type the name of your file, which is variable.py. Say variable.py. Now you can see the output. It has shown me the result. Okay, imagine that I have num1 equal to 20, num2 equal to 20. Say total equal to num1 plus num2. Then I print total. That means I have a variable called num1 with the value of 20, num2 with the value of 20. I say num1 plus num2, which means 20 plus 20 equal to 40, and I assign it to total. So now I want to print the total. I say Control S, I save, then I have to go here and type Python 3 space the name of my file, which is variable.py. I got 40. Okay, that is the end for Linux Terminal Part 1.